Before the dawn of time as we know it, when the stars were not yet born and the heavens had not yet stretched out their vast expanse, there existed a realm of light, a world unseen, where beings of purity and obedience glorified their Creator without pause or pride. Among them was one known as Iblis. Though not made of light like the angels, he was of fire, a being of intellect, passion, and will. Through countless ages, he rose among the ranks of the heavenly assembly, known for his worship and devotion. He prayed, he obeyed, and he was counted among the righteous. Yet beneath the surface of that devotion, something dark and dangerous slept, a seed of arrogance that would one day change the course of existence itself. Then came the divine announcement that shook the heavens with wonder. Allah declared that he would create a new being, a creation unlike any that had come before. Not of fire, not of light, but of clay, a form molded from the dust of the earth into which the Creator himself would breathe his spirit. The command went forth to the angels, "When I have fashioned him and breathed into him of my spirit, then fall down in prostration before him." The heavens trembled with awe. The angels understood that this act of prostration was not worship of man, but obedience to the will of God, a sign of respect for what the Almighty had chosen to honor. And so, as Adam was brought into being, radiant with divine breath, all the angels fell down in submission to God's command, but one did not. Iblis remained standing. His fiery form flickered with defiance. He refused to bow. His silence echoed louder than any word. In that moment, the harmony of heaven was broken, not by noise, but by pride. When Allah addressed him asking, "What prevented you from bowing when I commanded you?" Iblis replied with words that revealed the sickness that had been growing within him all along. "I am better than him. You created me from fire and you created him from clay. It was the first act of arrogance in all of creation, the first defiance against divine authority. The first moment when a being looked upon another and believed himself superior. Iblis did not deny the existence of God. He spoke to him directly. His sin was not disbelief. It was pride. He could not accept that a creature made from clay, humble, fragile, seemingly inferior, could be given a place of honor above him. In his mind, fire was purer, higher, more powerful, but he failed to see what truly mattered. That Adam was honored not for his material, but for his spirit, for the breath of God within him. The refusal of Iblis was more than disobedience. It was rebellion. It was arrogance cloaked in logic, the belief that he knew better than the one who had created him. And when he was cast out from the divine presence, his pride did not dissolve. It hardened into resentment. In his rage, Iblis did not ask for forgiveness. He did not humble himself or seek mercy. Instead, he demanded time to prove his point. He said, "Grant me respite until the day they are resurrected." And Allah, in his wisdom, granted him that time. But with that permission, Iblis declared war upon humanity. He vowed, "Because you have sent me astray, I will lie in wait for them on your straight path. I will come to them from the front and from behind, from their right and from their left, and you will find most of them ungrateful." From that moment onward, pride became the weapon of Iblis, and arrogance became his curse upon humankind. He whispers into hearts, not to destroy through force, but through self-importance, making people believe they are better than others, smarter than others, too great to submit. That is how he repeats his first sin through us. Every time a person rejects truth because of ego, every time someone feels too proud to admit a mistake, every time we look down upon another, we echo his words. I am better than him. The story of Iblis is not a tale of ancient rebellion. It is a mirror for the human soul. Each of us faces the same test, to bow, not in worship of others, but in humility before our Creator. Arrogance blinds us to truth, while humility opens the heart to wisdom. Iblis had knowledge, but he lacked humility. He understood theology, but not surrender. His fall teaches us that worship without submission is empty. Knowledge without humility is dangerous, and power without gratitude leads only to destruction. Adam, too, made a mistake. He disobeyed, but his response was different. Where Iblis said, "I am better," Adam said. "I have wronged myself." Adam turned to God with humility, and he was forgiven. That is the difference between arrogance and repentance. The proud blame others. The humble look within. Iblis's arrogance turned him away from mercy forever. Adam's humility opened the door to forgiveness. The lesson is timeless. Pride leads to ruin, but humility leads to elevation. Today, the same battle continues within every human being. The voice of arrogance whispers that we are self-sufficient, that we owe nothing, that our achievements belong to us alone. It tells us to look down, not up, to compete for status, not seek grace. And yet, deep within every soul, another voice calls, the same breath of divine spirit placed into Adam. It urges us to bow, to remember, to recognize that true greatness belongs only to the Creator. When we bow to him, we rise above the deception of Iblis. So remember this. The first sin in the story of creation was not committed by man, but by one who thought himself too great to obey. It was not a physical act, but a spiritual corruption, the belief that one's worth could challenge the will of God, and that sin still echoes in every age. The arrogance of Iblis lives on whenever pride rules the heart. But so too lives the humility of Adam. Whenever a soul kneels and says, "O my Lord, forgive me, for I have wronged myself." In the end, the story of Iblis's refusal to bow is not about him, it is about us. It is a reminder that the highest act of worship is not knowledge or power, but humility. That true honor is not found in fire or clay or status, but in obedience to the truth. The proud were cast down, and the humble were lifted up. And as long as pride exists in the heart of man, the first act of arrogance continues to repeat itself, until we learn to bow, not in defeat, but in recognition that all greatness belongs to the one who created both fire and clay. Please subscribe by pressing the bell icon to receive notifications of future videos as and when uploaded.